Nigerian governors, especially those for whom he said he was inspecting their projects, have distanced themselves from the public ordeal of former Minister of Aviation, Femi Fani-Kayode, following a calamitous press conference in Calabar, Cross River State, that has drawn massive backlash from citizens and civil society groups across the nation. The former special advisor to former President Olusegun Obasanjo had claimed that he visited 6 states across Nigeria over the last 6 weeks. However, in a curious turn of events, none of the governors have spoken in defense of what Daily Trust newspaper described as not only reprehensive but also constitutes a setback of press freedom in a most dire form after Fani-Kayode verbally harassed the newspaper's journalists and Calabar correspondents, Kayode'S. The governor of Cross River, Ben Ayade, in whose state the denigration of the journalists took place, is yet to react. A source close to the governor says he wants to distance himself from the Fani-Kayode's fiasco. The governor has been asked to stay away from the backlash directed at Fani-Kayode by the public. It is an unprofessional way to respond to anyone, and the governor does not want to be mentioned at all, the source said in a text message. Fani-Kayode had bragged that he had visited Zamfara, Anambra, Enugu, among other states, to inspect the projects and achievements of the governors, but he did not explain in what capacity he was undertaking this oversight function. To get clarity, the Daily Trust journalist asked who was bankrolling his trips in what is deemed a legitimate journalistic inquiry. Instead, the controversial former minister went all ballistic on the veteran journalist, insulting him, especially describing him as stupid. The insult dished to Kayode'S by Femi Fani-Kayode was, however, met by stiff rebuke from Nigerians who took to social media to call out Fani-Kayode. The Nigerian Union of Journalists, International Press Center, and Daily Trust are among those who have issued strong statements to rebuke Fani-Kayode. All the press conferences in Calabar, Fani-Kayode said, "What type of stupid question is that? What type of stupid question is that? Bankrolling who? Do you know who you are talking to? Bankrolling who? I will not take any questions from this man. What type of an insult question is that? Which bankroll? To do what? Who can give me money for anything? What do you think you are talking to? Or who do you think you are talking to? Bankroll who? Go and report yourself to your publisher. Bankroll what? Please don't insult me here. I don't want to take any questions from this man. I could see from your face before you got here how stupid you are. Don't ever talk to me like that. Who do you think you are talking to? Bankroll who? You have a small mind, very small mind." But that is not the only instance in which Femi Fani-Kayode has described Nigerian journalists as stupid. In May, during a Zoom meeting organized by Ben TV, he calling Nigerian UK journalist Femi Okutubu stupid. Okay, a few weeks after that, in July, he described another unnamed Nigerian journalist as stupid for asking him how he funds his trip. It seems the modus operandi for FFK to blow his self-proclaimed short fuse. Reacting to Fani-Kayode on Twitter, Chelsea Tracy said the governors have all abandoned him because they do not want to be associated with a failed fellow like him. The governors who Femi Fani-Kayode visited have abandoned him. How they choose to receive him in the first case beats me. FFK is worse than a dictator. For Sunday Abanise, the journalist should have replied him in a measured manner. I'm disappointed that the journalist allowed Fani-Kayode to go away with that insult. He shouldn't have apologized to that arrogant man called FFK. He should have given him back word for word. Sarah reporters recounted the story of how the reporter disclosed suffering further threat from Fani-Kayode's security detail, which informed Daily Trust to state categorically in their release that they would hold the SY minister liable for anything that may happen to their reporter. Presidential candidate Showore, the #Revolution convener, also quipped quipped in with as a reporter, "If you ever meet a naughty someone like Femi Fani-Kayode, you can use this encounter I had with him, with former Nigeria Foreign Minister, not late, Ojo Madueke, as a template. You will be glad you did." Why David Uduye advised the popular saying, "Osusha," so that one day a recovered cocaine addict who spent 59 years living off his father's name will not insult you for doing your job and ask you, "Who is your father?" Any small thing. My father was Remi Fani-Kayode, 59-year-old Basha El-Rufai. Fix this place. On his own part, Jaffa came with the age-long quote from former President Olusegun Obasanjo, saying, "Give Fani food and he will praise you and worship you." Certified Ayo Shogunro said he initially wanted to cite Fani Kayode as a disgrace to his generation, but on a second thought realized he was a disgrace to all generations. The list of viceroy and reprimands go on, and hence it is easy to see why all his political friends right now don't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole. Wahala dey o. Wahala dey. Nobody wants to associate with him, according to what they are saying. They've all abandoned him. Someone say, "I'm seeing all as to how the reporter allowed a mad dog bite him and went scot-free. He should have given him a bitter medicine that is sickness than his sickness. I have always said it time without number that FFK is a psychiatric patient, a case that needs to be kept in the asylum." Well, thunder fire all that supported that's a journalist, Eyoabi, as the so-called journalist ever asked Mr. President, who is bankrolling his medical treatment abroad. FFK is capable of speaking for himself. Does he need the governors to defend him? Don't bother yourself. Why the noise? Is FFK not your hero again? When we said this man is mentally unstable, they said he was a hero. Now that he has turned against one of your own, you are crying foul. When you guys are busy selling fake news generated by the same man, you never think of this. And someone says, okay, just imagine if Mr. Fani Kayode was the president or was the chief of army staff or IG of police. Just imagine if FK is a governor, even as a minister, and all the political posts he held. I could only imagine how he treated his directors and subordinates. Finally, just imagine that Femi Kayode is Dangote or Otedola. Just imagine a man of 59 years old always mentioning his late father's name as a symbol of his self-styled fame. My question is, if his father bequeathed him a good name that gave him fame, what is FFK bequeathed to his own children? I pity his children because they will be judged by their father's standard. A 59-year-old man. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comment below and let us know what you think.